These seriously are that good, they should be illegal. I'm Schuey, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make corn ribs. You know, if you like this video and comment on it, it helps me out a lot, and it might make you feel really good about yourself. Now just sit back, grab a drink or two, and let's get into it. So if you don't already know, corn ribs are made out of corn. And not only are these tasty, they're easy to make. You want some fresh corn, you're just going to trim it off down at the end. You want to remove all of the husk and the silk. You just do that, get off the last few bits. And that's it, just leaving the kernels behind. Now we just need to trim them up, and you can go all medieval and grab yourself a big cleaver, or using a sharp knife, you can slice each cob through the center carefully, and then halve that again. Pretty easy so far. Put the pen down though, the recipe will be in the description. Next up, we need to give them a good coat of seasoning. But first, we're going to brush on some melted butter. I'm using Unsalted. Put some butter on the back side because we can see the kernels here. We want a bit of flavouring on every bit of kernel we eat. Now we need to add some taco seasoning. I'm using this Elk Creek Ultimate Taco Blend. And just shake it on. And like all rubs, I like to do it from a good 30 centimetres above the food. It just allows the particles of the rub to separate before they hit. You'll get a more even bite. Flip them over, hit this side with some rub. This smells absolutely incredible, this stuff. And I also just like to flip it over and get this edge as well. That's it, prep done. Push these aside and let's get the barbecue ready. Oh, I thought we were getting a beer ready. Waste not, want not. Once the corn ribs are cooked, I'm going to want to put some toppings on them. Some shredded Parmesan cheese, some chopped coriander, and some freshly squeezed lime juice. If you don't like coriander, I get it. Just don't use it. Today, I'm going to be using a 57 centimeter Weber kettle, and I'm going to be pairing it up with a kettle cone because I want to be cooking with a high indirect heat of 240 degrees Celsius and above. How I'll do that is by 3/4 filling a chimney starter with briquettes, lighting them up. Once they're fully ashed over, I'll put the kettle cone in the middle of the charcoal grate and I'll dump the fuel in the middle of it. Now I'll put the grill back in place and I'll put the lid back on, making sure all the vents are wide open, and I'm going to give that grill 10 minutes to warm up. Now 10 minutes isn't long, but it's long enough to grab a drink. The grill is nice and hot so we can get these corn ribs on. Just place them around the outside of the cooking grate. That's where that hot air is getting directed by that kettle cone. That's it, just put the lid back on and wait. Hopefully by now you've subscribed to the channel, and while you're there you might as well hit that bell button. That bell button will allow you to be notified every time I upload a new video. Today we're cooking with a high direct heat of 240 degrees Celsius and above, and the cook's only going to take 15 minutes. Or for those of you who like to use my beer timer, you're looking at a 1 beer cook, unless you count going shopping for the ingredients. 2 or 3 beer cook then. If you didn't know, the Weber lid vent creates a hot spot directly underneath it. So I recommend turning the lid 1/3 of the way every 5 minutes during this cook. Did you know there's a Schueys Facebook page and Instagram account? You do now. The corn ribs are ready to come off now. Just remember they are hot, so give them just a couple of minutes to cool down. Now there may be some of you out there thinking that's a waste of fuel for a 15-minute cook. I recommend adding these to any existing cook you're already doing, especially if you're doing something like wings. You know when there's 15 minutes left, put these on. Everything's finished at the same time. It really doesn't matter what you're cooking. These go with everything. Ribs, wings, roast. Put them on with 15 minutes to go. You're using the fuel that's already in there. Beautiful. Now all that's left to do is to sprinkle over the Parmesan cheese. Don't be shy with it. And now for some coriander, if you like it, and a good squeeze of fresh lime. Now, they look exceptional, but we all know what the most important test is. Wow. These are that good, they should be illegal. As always, cheers for watching.